Hey guys, I'm Nerd.
And I'm his mom.
And today we're watching episode 40 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Last one, Scar took Winry, and we got more insight on that. They're taking the two Chimera guys with them.
Yeah.
And the big thing was Al had a vision of his real body and realized that he can't stay in his armor much longer. It's rejecting his soul. So they better hurry up. And I know. Think we only got 20 episodes left, so I think they're gonna hurry up.
Yeah.
So wanted to see what happens.
Yes.
貴様がセントラル勤務とはな、どんなコネだ。いや、実力じゃないですか。青二歳がよく言う。
They do not like each other.
今日はどのようなご用事で。大総統閣下に呼ばれてきた。北へはしばらく戻れない。
She totally didn't kill Raven.
では、ぜひ一度食事でも。おごりか。貴様が破産するまで食べていいなら言ってやる。食事は諦めます。肝と財布の小さい男だ。
Yeah, you bought like 2
Yeah,
billion
you got a
of
lot of those. Look at this menace.
He is a menace. I should be all nice. Oh, okay, never mind. He tripped and broke his neck.
You could hide it, girl. Maybe she'll try to appeal to his.
Alija more okay. She's just telling him. Did she guess she'll act like she's with him?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might buy that. Dang. Yeah.
Oh.
She's gonna have to do that.
They were giving each other clues.
Codes.
Yeah.
Code. It is homunculus.
Nice.
Ain't good he's burning it.
Nice.
Flush it down the toilet. That's crazy. Imagine just reading that. What the? We don't know. Something bad. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember he was talking about, Ed, Al, the sensei. Is that young father? Or is this Hohenheim?
That's the flask.
Yeah. Is that the dwarf? Number 23.
Oh, gosh.
Is it Hohenheim? I'm a slave.
I think it is. No, I think it's
the father.
Yeah. No, I think it's the big... Yeah, the father.
He looks like Ed, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think he looks like them because, Hohenheim's a clone of him or whatever, and they're his kids. So. Born from someone like this. Can be my blood. Is that that's a homunculus then? He.
Oh boy.
Is that Pride? Without Salim's body? Father? Theophrastus bombastus.
That's quite a name.
Oh, is that Hohenheim? Oh, okay, so this isn't the father. So that's the dad. That's not the father. Because this is so weird. I still don't understand this.
Is it a bunch that look like him?
He said I'm number 23. But that's just because he's a slave, he said. The dwarf in the flask. Homunculus. That looks like the pride.
Mm-hmm.
Like the eye.
The hand.
Is that space? Is it okay, like time's passing? So this is the Enenal's dad. This is not the father. This is him learning alchemy. This is what Enenal learned when they learned alchemy, remember? The Circle of Life. Who is that? His teacher? Someone did tell us like Salim is just like the body.
Yeah.
Like the shadow exists. Interesting. It's just confusing because like it looked like it was him flashing back to his younger days, but this is. Mortal. I mean, Pride did say they were the first homunculus. Is that like the king of whatever this country is? King of Xerxes. Xerxes is destroyed now, remember? It was like the ruin where they're keeping Ross.
Oh.
It was this how the stone started? The Philosopher's Stone. Oh, is this the start of like the circle, the massive circle? Like the tunnels? And this was the start of the slaughters? Yeah. The origin, like the circle and stuff. And they said it was with the beginning of the country. Of Central. Is the father this guy? The king? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Because Hohenheim looks like him. He said, Pride said he was made by Hohenheim's blood. And remember, he like drips some blood out in that one scene. So his blood's special. Just like, who's the father then? Because Hohenheim is like related to him in some way. They look identical. He's older now.
Mm-hmm.
Can we?
Oh, gosh.
This is the ruin one.
Yes,
the one in the ruin,
yes.
remember?
Yep, I remember.
This is cool seeing this. I did not expect that this episode. He seems so naive here. He was so much less like stoic.
I don't think this is gonna go well.
No. That looks like the pride
It does,
shadows.
yeah.
Girl dying. Oh, is it making a stone out of them? Oh, he's dead. So he just tricked him and killed him.
The music.
This is him. To open the doorway. His blood, okay. Because it's the same blood. That blood king. Dang. Are they gonna meet Truth? The god character? This was the same eye that... Oh, wow.
This got a little wild.
This is what the father's trying to do, I think. This is still at Xerxes, so I guess this is how it got destroyed. What happens to him? Does he gain immortality?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
He said this body, he can't die. Remember that? Remember?
Yeah.
He probably gained immortality.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't think of that earlier, because he was talking to his wife about how he can't die and he'll have to see his kids grow old and die. But that wasn't the case here with young him. He was like, yeah, we have like families and stuff and we die.
Well, he didn't know that he was going to get the immortality.
Well, yeah, if that's what he got.
I'm pretty sure that yeah.
Then who is the father? Unless that created two of him. This is what jaded him, probably. Everyone in Xerxes is dead.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that either, that he was a citizen of Xerxes.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Those are the names he was saying when he did the blood in his hand. He was like remembering them. Because I remember Mayo is one of the names.
Good call, buddy. Oh.
I bet like all their life added on to him. That sounds like the father. I'm over there. A receptacle from this. Creation in your blood.
It's that thing that was in the flask?
No.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, it is. Yeah. So that's the first homunculus. And it's in a body that looks like him. Because it's his blood.
Yeah.
The voices of all the people in the land. So all their lives added onto him. That's why he's immortal. Yeah. So it's I don't know if he's immortal, but like he lives as long as they do.
Yeah.
I took half of them.
See, he didn't want that.
Yo, yeah. Weird, man. And here he is. And him and the father. Okay, that was also the father's backstory, because he was the dwarf in the flask.
Yeah.
Oh! That's the sensei. Izumi.
This
is an insane episode.
I'm like left kerfuffled.
Oh, they didn't. Okay. Didn't know that. Yeah, she's so sick.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I like the two's relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Izumi and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know what to do? I mean, he seems like insanely intelligent. He's
lived a long time.
A long time, yeah.
Lived since the beginning of this area.
So I'm going to talk about this more in the outro, but the father, or like the first homunculus, or what, which is confusing because Pride said they were the first, well, whatever, and it kind of looked like Pride. Who cares? The dwarf in the flask or whatever, the little one, is the father, is what I understand.
Yeah.
But he's old now. He's old. That body looks old now. So he doesn't have immortality.
So he's
just Hohenheim does. So that's what Hohenheim would look like now. And that would make sense. Yeah, that's what he would look like now. No, he'd be older because he was like, he lived longer than like the body for. Yeah. Seen the truth. Yeah, when they try to transfigure the kid. Can you help her, maybe? Whoa, is he gonna give her like new insides? Because he can give people like blood and stuff. Or did he kill her? No, I think he helped her. Yeah, he cured her. Did he leave? I don't know. He cured her.
So she's dying.
Yeah, she's still gonna die, but he like delayed it. A Philosopher's Stone in the form of a man named Van Hohenheim. Because he has all those people in him.
Yeah.
We think this is an end credit scene. Yeah. And his dad is one. What about a human? Xerxes. Your dad's one.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that was insane. That was so much. We finally got all the questions answered about them.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna ignore like the stuff that happened before all that backstory. So Hohenheim, I'll call the dwarf the father. I'll just call him the father, even though he was like as the dwarf. And then Hohenheim, so like the dad's the dad.
Yeah.
So it was him. He was a slave.
Yeah.
To no one in particular. Made to the king. Yeah, he was a slave. And probably hundreds of years ago, it seemed like. And he created that thing in the flask with his blood.
But did he create it?
Yes, it said you gave me your blood. That's what he created it with that. Okay. Yeah. Because remember, like, he did that later, too. That's what the dwarf said. He said, you made me with your blood. He was like, it was a lab. He was, like, experimenting. And he was like, how are you talking? And he's like, well, you gave me some of your blood. And we know from what we've seen of the homunculus, it's like a piece of, like, your soul or whatever, you know? So it's like he put a part of himself in that.
I still don't know how he came to fruition, but
I guess it was just, like, some chemicals and then his blood and it came to life.
It doesn't really matter, I guess.
And it developed its own personality. It was like, well, I'm going to call you Hohenheim. So Hohenheim created him, but the creature named Hohenheim because he was just Slave 23 or whatever, and it seemed like he was just experimenting in his free time. And Hohenheim wasn't immortal. He was just a completely normal human.
Yeah.
And then the creature in the flask used all of Xerxes and the surrounding towns to, instead of making the king of Xerxes immortal, make Hohenheim immortal against Hohenheim's will. And then the creature in the flask gave himself his own body in the image of Hohenheim that doesn't seem to be immortal. But he said I could finally walk on two legs. Like, he had a body outside the flask. So, like, he wasn't immortal, but he finally got a body to move around. And what weirded me out for a minute was the voice sounded like the king.
Yeah.
I guess it's because that voice isn't the voice of the creature in there, but it's also not the voice of Hohenheim. So whatever. Right. And Hohenheim's the Philosopher's Stone because he has all those souls in him, and a Philosopher's Stone is just a collection of souls in a form. So it's like, you're like, did we know he's a Philosopher's Stone? It's like, no, but I guess by definition he is.
Yeah.
You know? And so now calling himself the father, I guess, the creature in the flask, that confuses me because it looked like pride.
Yeah,
like the eye and like the black hands, but the hands were from the truth thing, I guess. That was like, and we saw that with Ed and Al. It like grabbed their faces and stuff. That wasn't it. But it looked like pride, and I thought pride was the first homunculus, he said. So I guess pride was the first homunculus created by the father, the actual first homunculus.
Yeah.
Because he said, call me the dwarf in the flask, the homunculus.
I don't know. I'm
and
trying
so
not to get
he
confused.
got his body, right? And at some point went underground and created lust, greed, gluttony, all those guys. But what's also weird about that is when he got his body, that seems like it was hundreds of years ago. But he's old now, so I don't get his aging thing. Maybe he is immortal and he just looks old because he's like taken so many parts of his soul to give to, because he's like a Philosopher's Stone too. Like he had like gluttony, like coming out, like he can just do this and that with his blood. Remember?
Yeah.
So he has that too. Oh yeah, he said he took half the souls.
Yeah, he said
it's half the souls of Xerxes and Homer. So they're both Philosopher's Stones.
Yeah.
Or have the. It sounds weird to say they're Philosopher's Stones. They have the same abilities as a stone, and so Hohenheim just continued living on and married Ed and Al's mom, and Ed and Al were born.
But it's weird that one part we gotta wrap up here, but when they were talking to, are we still calling him the father, the one that looks old?
Yes, yeah, what it's gonna call him.
When he says, "Oh, he went and had kids, got married," and that's weird.
Well, they knew each other so well, it seems like. And what I didn't expect was, I saw that the father was like older looking, so I assumed Hohenheim came from part of the father. It's the opposite.
I wonder if the guy in the flask, the father, his intent the whole time was to trick
Hohenheim into
Hohenheim.
Yeah. He definitely seemed to have a mind of his own, and he wanted to, like, thank Hohenheim. Because when they were talking, he was like, oh, you humans, you just die.
Yeah.
And Hohenheim's like, well, we can, like, find happiness in spite of that. And he was like, so it's like his way of thanking him was, like, giving him immortality, which he didn't want.
Yeah, he didn't ask for that.
He just thought, like, oh, you're a human, you're gonna die, you might as well have this. And kind of like you guys told us, like the homunculi, like gluttony, lust, them, they're not immortal. They have like a set amount of lives, basically.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case with Hohenheim and the father. I don't think any character in the show is immortal as in like they just live forever. I think it's Hohenheim and the father, they they got the lifespan of all the people who were sucked up put onto them. So it's like, that could be like 2 million years, you know, but it'll, like, they'll die eventually, I think. And so when the father, like, or not the father, Hohenheim, like, put his hands in his chest to, like, do the blood, he said, like, sorry, like, Mayo and like, Ian or whatever. It's the lives of those people in him, because that's his blood.
That's what I said at that episode.
That's why he was thinking that. Yeah. And, that's what we thought.
Yeah.
We just didn't really think of it as, like, he is a Philosopher's Stone.
Right.
So, I mean, that's insane. We just got the whole backstory on them. It's just crazy, because they really flipped it on what I thought, you know. I think most people probably thought what I did. Like, Hohenheim is a creation of the father, because the father seemed like the one in authority. Like, he was older. And he talked about Hohenheim, like, oh, you know, that guy. And they were identical, but they're not clones of each other at all. It's just the dwarf in the flask has a body similar to him.
He made himself look like him.
Which makes sense, because he had Hohenheim's blood. He said, like, I made a receptacle of your blood, and it just happens to look... It's weird, it's like a new voice. So yeah, that's insane, man. I mean, the father has, like, a plan of some kind, so, like, he had, like, that chessboard with the people.
Yeah.
And it's still, like, the big transmutation circle, but at this time, the whole world. So I wonder what he wants to do, because I think the thing with Xerxes, that was just him trying to get his own body, because he was just a little guy in a tube. Anything, you know? Yeah. So that was just the first step. He did all that just to get a body, and then Hohenheim for creating him. And then... what's he gonna do now, you know? Is he gonna try to get, like, a higher...
I'm trying to keep everything straight in my mind, you know? The two, father and Hohenheim.
It's confusing, because he's called the father, but in a way, Hohenheim's his father, because he created him.
True.
Because the only reason we call him the father, and that's his name, is, like, that's what the homunculi call him. Like, he's their father. He, like, created them. But Hohenheim is kind of his father, which is funny, because he looks younger.
And I was gonna say, why did he create the pride and all?
To like further his goals. You know, he didn't want to do stuff himself.
Yeah.
But really confuses me, and maybe this will get answered, and maybe like you guys can sort it out in the comments. Is like Hohenheim was aging normally until he got hit with the immortality when he was like middle age. I assume he was like 30 or something.
But he got older.
And Hohenheim or the father?
Oh, Hohenheim he was...
Hohenheim did not get older. He looks exactly the same then as he does now.
I forgot.
And that was hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the exact timeline really, but like, didn't they say Lust is like 200? And she was created probably way after that.
Yeah.
You know, the father created her. So at least 200 years ago. Probably more, probably like 500 years ago. And what weirds me out is Hohenheim didn't age at all because he's like immortal or whatever. But the father looks old.
Yeah.
But it's hundreds of years, so he still ages slowly. He would have just died. Yeah. You know? He would have died in like 40 years, but he's still... So either his aging is like worse than Hohenheim's, but he said they have an equal amount. So the only thing I can assume with the father looking like a senior citizen and not... Because he should just look like Hohenheim, you know? They should just both still look young. I assume it's him creating, like, the sins.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, because he's made multiple of them. And he's on, like, life support. It always looks like he's on, like, tubes and stuff. So, but that's crazy. They're both Philosopher's Stones. The father's a homunculi, basically, in the body of a Philosopher's Stone. Yep. And then Hohenheim got turned into one. And Hohenheim's not even his birth name. He was just Slave 23.
Right.
He was just he was like unimportant, like not to be mean to him, but he just like made a random experiment one day and look what happened. Yeah. But yeah, that was really cool to see all that.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank our tier 2 patrons, Legally Burnett, Andrew, and Dicko. You guys are awesome. And if you like the video,
and subscribe.
I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Bye.